Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Michael Maney begins now.
Good evening, everyone. A man is in custody tonight following a suspicious death at Bothwell. For more, we're joined by our reporter Brianna Boyland. And Brianna, things aren't just adding up.
It certainly seems that way, Michael. Emergency services were called to a large rural property off Highland Lakes Road around 4 a.m. after reports of a self-inflicted gunfire wound. A crime scene quickly set up after a man was found dead outside. A second male known to the deceased was taken into custody at the scene and is assisting police with the investigation. Meanwhile, Forensic Uniform and Crime Investigation Bureau officers remain in Bothwell tonight, working to determine what happened.
Preliminary inquiries determined that there certainly were some inconsistencies between the initial report to police and the evidence that had been collected at the scene at that stage.
Anyone with information is encouraged to contact the Glenorchy CIB or Crime Stoppers. Michael.
Thanks, Brianna. Brianna Boylan reporting there from Hobart. Well, the candidates continue to be rolled out by Labor and the Liberals as the state election campaign moves into full swing. Member for Prosser and former Cabinet Minister Jane Howlett will seek a switch to the lower house in Lyons. Labor, meanwhile, has secured a former Tasmanian Australian of the Year.
There's no pulling the wool over anyone's eyes. It's campaign time in Tasmania. Jeremy Rockcliffe meeting creatures great and small at the Bushy Park show. Alongside him, a candidate looking to switch paddocks to lions.
One reason and one reason only, and that is to help deliver a majority Rockcliffe Liberal government.
I'm just so proud that Jane has put her hand up.
Elected for Prosser in 2018, the Upper House MP served in Peter Gutwin's cabinet. She was scrutinised over allegations of a close personal relationship with former Jack Jumpers CEO Simon Brookhouse before quitting cabinet in 2022 for family reasons. Today she faced questions over whether she's been investigated by the Integrity Commission.
I'm not interested in the past, I'm interested in the future.
Despite having their own Upper House MP as a candidate, Labor's leader questioned the choice.
Recycling candidates over and over again, they're obviously struggling to get candidates to stand on their ticket.
Also announcing John Kamara will stand in Clark, the 2023 Tasmanian Australian of the Year, passionate about a more diverse parliament.
The parliament now is very wide. You walk in the street, you see so much diversity, but it's not represented in our leadership.
The Liberals will run another round of pre-selections tomorrow. While confident Ms Howlett will get the nod, the Liberal leader was coy on rumours Launceston media personality Rob Fairs will run in Bass.
Well, pre-selections are tomorrow, John. I look forward to announcing those candidates.
On the policy front, both major parties sparred over Labor's plans for 30 new childcare centres in Tasmania. Mr Rockcliffe questioning the cost.
They've got their numbers wrong. They won't deliver. They won't deliver their 30 new childcare centres for $75 million.
And there's a clear difference at the next election. The Labor Party will make a choice to support working families and their children, and the Liberal Party will not.
John Hunt, 7 Tasmania News.
The Greens, meanwhile, have committed to increasing radiology and pathology services at the Launceston General Hospital. Stella Jennings, the daughter of Ann Pedler, who died after being ramped in 2022, backing the calls to boost offerings from on-call after hours to 24/7 access.
I've been apologised to by the Minister, by the CEO of the hospital and the CEO of Ambulances Tasmania, and yet there has not been any change.
That means that they're not available immediately, so they have to be called to come in, and that is costly, costs a lot of money to get someone in.
In a statement, Health Minister Guy Barnett says those services are available within 15 minutes of being requested, also saying hospital management continues to work with the family. Tasmania's fire service responded to a bushfire at Bonnet Hill this afternoon. Several aircraft with water bombing capabilities were dispatched to bring the blaze under control. Ground crews from 6 brigades attended the scene. Investigators say it was caused by grinder sparks accidentally igniting dry grass at the property. They may have fallen out of favour more than a century ago, but penny farthings have once again taken over Tasmanian streets. Avondale's bike bonanza drawing crowds and competitors vying to be the best on big wheels.
They say it's just like riding a bike, but for these diehards, penny farthing racing is an elevated experience.
It's the best of all sports, honestly. I prefer to ride my penny farthing than a regular bike or a mountain bike or whatever.
40 farthing fanatics rolling in for the biggest day on the sports calendar. Avondale playing host for the 41st year.
It's very exciting, it's exhausting, it's hot, but it's great fun. If you've seen any of the riders, you'll see it's great fun.
The main race is a madcap mile-long dash around the village's historic heart.
Lap 3, it's kind of getting into that, like, why are we really here? Like, is this really what we want?
For back-to-back champion Simon Weir, the yearly event is a chance to spend time with like-minded mates.
The penny brings out a certain type that I feel like I'm in my people, so, you know, I love it.
While for local Hope Bridie Maynard, it's all about spending time with family.
I mean, I live here, so I kind of just part of being in the town, and so it's nice to just be joined in the big event that happens every year.
But putting pressure on the 5-time champ is also part of the fun.
A little bit nervous going into that. The girls is here. Man, it is such a stacked field.
Spectators weren't to be left out of the action, the day's dress code honouring the era.
It's exciting. You never get the chance to do this most of the time.
While some opted to get around on 4 wheels or no wheels at all.
The weather, the location, the racers, it's just, what else would you be doing on a Saturday?
Annie Green, 7 Tasmania News.
It'll be a battle of second versus third at MyState Bank Arena tonight as the Jack Jumpers square off against the Perth Wildcats. Both teams have locked in their spots in the NBL final series. Tasmania will suit up in its teal jerseys for its annual awareness match for gynecological cancer. Tip-off is at 8 p.m. Fast runs have helped Tasmania make a positive start to the second innings of their Sheffield Shield clash against Western Australia. Good bowling from the Tigers reduced the visitors to 8 for 211 this morning. But a late batting flurry from bowler Joel Paris helped WA post 271. In reply, Caleb Jewell and Charlie Wakim were blistering form as Tasmania's run rate reached 5 and over.
6 again. There's more runs for Caleb Jewell. He lifts it onto the hill. The tempo of this game is changing.
Wakim was dismissed for 72 late in the day. Caleb Jewell will start tomorrow on 98 with Tasmania 2 for 174 at stumps.
Good evening. Hobart made it to 25 degrees today, Launceston 26, Burnie 24 and Devonport 21. 28 was the state's top at Cressy and Ouse and Campania. Maria Island made it to 21, Grove 26, Smithton and Friendly Beaches 25. Lowhead, King Island and Flinders Island were all 22, while Lyoini made it to 24 degrees. Fine, apart from some morning fog across the Tamar Valley and a few light showers across the west, with just 1 millimetre of rain recorded at Westbury. Further afield, a large area of cloud covers Queensland and the top end. That's associated with ex-tropical cyclone Lincoln. There's also areas of low cloud and fog over southern WA, southern Victoria and parts of Tasmania. Tomorrow we'll see a ridge of high pressure over Tasmania and an area of low pressure over northwestern Australia. West to southwesterly winds up to 25 knots in the north and west, tending southwesterly to 30 knots in the south and variable in the east. There's a strong wind warning from Widenglass Bay to Sandy Cape. And we'll take a look at the forecast now. Hobart, partly cloudy and 26 tomorrow. Ouse, much the same and 25. While Richmond is heading for sunny and 27. In the north, Launceston's in for a sunny day, 31 the top there. 27 in Devonport and 28 in Deloraine. In the west, Burnie is also sunny and 24 degrees. While no such luck in Strawn, a shower or two and 20. Cloudy in Curry and 21 degrees. And to the east, 26 in St Helens, sunny and 27 in Swansea and 22 in Whitemark. On Monday, light showers about the west during the morning, then isolated showers about inland parts of the north during the afternoon and evening. Showers about the Bass Strait Islands on Tuesday, extending to the northeast and north coast during the evening. And on Wednesday, showers about the north and east, mostly clearing in the evening. A scorching 43 in Perth tomorrow, also warm in Adelaide, a possible storm for Canberra and cloudy in Melbourne, Sydney and Brisbane. And currently in Hobart it's 21 degrees and partly cloudy. Launceston still sunny and 24, and in Devonport it is also sunny and 23. And that's all in weather for tonight. Michael?
Well, that's all your news for this Saturday. Thanks for joining us. Have a lovely evening. Good night.